What is going on, guys? It's your boy Toxic Taily Reacts. Welcome back to another React video. And today, on Wednesday, I made a post. What should my next vid be? And 91% of the votes were for Sus Reddit stories. So, I have 10 locked and loaded. And also, thank you for 380 views on this video. It's amazing, and I hope you also enjoy this video, and let's get into it.
I've been getting F-ed by all of my son's friends, 20s. I have been trying. Okay.
Where do I start, honestly? Also, I'm using this new recording app called Loom. And I'm gonna see if it works good.
To enjoy my freedom since I got divorced a few months ago. And that has in part led to me being what I understand is called a free use girl for pretty much all of my son's
Like a random college
friends.
girl.
My sons are all in their early 20s and so are their friends. With being in college nearby but not living at home, I have the house to myself most of the time, or, well, I used to. It's turned into a rotating door of their friends coming in and using me. Just earlier today I was making brownies and I was interrupted by two of their friends coming in before I...
Also, if you can hear birds chirping in the background, just know I have my window open. And I'm like right next to the window on my bed. So just like kind of ignore it.
Knew it. I bent over and was F-ed on both ends. It's become a common occurrence. It didn't take long for word to spread about how well open I was after I rewarded one of their friends with a BJ for helping me with some yard work. I mean, the way I see it, to be honest, is the more the merrier, as I got married quite young, and so I think I missed out on having this kind of fun. So now I am trying to make up for it. Before the divorce, my ex-husband was the only man I'd ever been with, and he's 60 now. So I never got to experience that.
You're 46, and your husband was 60.
Energy and passion of younger guys, which I have been finding out was such a mistake to miss. Oh, one last thing. My sons, of course, are oblivious to this. I have kept it that way and plan to. If this wild story got your adrenaline pumping, hit that like button and follow for more.
If this adrenaline pumping video gave you chills, like and subscribe. Nobody's liking and subscribing. So to the next vid.
My PP is too big and I hate it.
Oh my god. Come again? Come again? Repeat what you said.
PP is too big and I hate it. My PP...
It's too big?
is so large I just cannot lug it around any longer. It is so insanely huge and has caused so many problems in my life. I cannot go to airports as they think I'm sneaking something in. So every time I go, I get touched as they try to take my PP off thinking
they touch your PP.
It's a bomb.
They think it's a bomb? Well, why do they think it's long?
I cannot pleasure women as they are so horrified at the sight of my PP, that they immediately run away. My mother and father disown me after seeing the length of my shaft. Not only is it extraordinarily long, it is just too thick. I cannot relieve myself as my hands are just too small to choke the chicken.
It's You said that it's too small to choke the chicken. Okay. Alright, hold on. I think my dog's getting something. Hey! Alright, never mind. It was nothing. Let's keep going.
My humongous PP has ruined my life. I resent God for cursing me with this large chunk of meat that just drags across the ground. Doctors tell me
it just drags across the ground.
I will never be able to get a PP reduction as they would have nowhere to put the PP. It would just take up far too much room. I had a girlfriend
is that big that it's just too much space for the room.
When I was a young lad. She loved me for who I was and did not care for this deformity, but one day, I took off my jeans and my PP flung out, smacking her and flinging her out the window. She died 2 hours later in the hospital.
No way! You killed someone with your PP. That's a first. I've never heard of somebody that did that.
She was the only woman who ever loved me. My PP is just too ginormous. It has caused problems for myself and the people around me. For this reason, I will be ending it all. My pee has taken over my life. but it cannot take over a life that does not exist.
Alright. Next video.
What's the most exciting thing you've ever done? About once a week for a year in college, I would wrestle with my girlfriend's roommate with my girlfriend watch.
You wrestled your girlfriend roommate.
The roommate was really shy and never did anything socially. She had gotten out of a long-term relationships right before school started and drunkenly told us the only part she missed was regular wrestling. My GF suggested she could use me with some rules. She would always be there but never join. We were safe. Anything adventure had to get approved by her and we don't tell anyone. After a year, the living arrangements changed, so I wasn't used anymore.
Okay.
A year later, we broke up,
nothing to say,
and I
honestly.
became friends with benefits with the roommate. Hi, girl.
Are you okay? Good. And what do you mean friends with benefits?
I just wanted to remind you to like and follow. It would help.
Alright, no. Next video.
I busted a fat load in my sister. This all
That's not how you start a conversation. What happened to hello? What happened to? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We just jump right into it by saying I busted a fat load in my sister.
started when she got stuck in the washing machine. So like any normal 10-year-old would, I gave her some dummy back shots. For some background...
Wait, it's like that meme like, oh, stepbrother, come help me. I'm stuck. And the girls do that on purpose.
Me and my stepsister and I have always had a friendly relationship. She's a few years older than me, and I can't deny that she's pretty attractive. She's got this long, wavy hair that frames her face perfectly. But most importantly, she got some humongous mommy milkers. Holy...
No. Okay. But why is that the first thing that comes to mind when you think of her? Her milkers. Her cow milk. Fuck. I don't know.
Holy. I could water both them for hours. But anyway...
You could, for hours? Hours is crazy.
I've never thought of her in that way, of course. But a few days ago, I was home alone just chilling on the couch when I heard some noise coming from the laundry room. I went to investigate and found my stepsister stuck in the washing machine. Her body was fully wedged in there. She must have been trying to reach something that had fallen behind the...
She wants you to do that. She wants you to help her.
Machine. Her behind was sticking out facing me. I rushed towards her, panicking that she could be hurt. I grabbed her waist and started pulling, trying to get her unstuck. I honestly think she got stuck due to her mommy milkers being so huge. As I felt her soft skin and the curve of her body beneath my hands, I started to lose control. So I told her that I'd seen this before in a movie, and the only way to get her unstuck was by the power of back shots. Surprisingly, she agreed, and I started taking her to Pound Town. Holy guacamole.
Next video. Please get me away from this.
Story time about how I did the dirty with my cousin.
Alright, can we go back to the next video? I mean the last video. The last video. Please. Please, I'm begging you. Please. Take me back to the last video. Because this is way worse than the last video. I'm 2 seconds in. And it's worse than the last video already.
Disclaimer, this is not my story time. I repeat, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. Okay, before
Whose story time is this? Just not
you all judge me, I come from a very small town. Very small. Background, my entire family and I come from a very small town.
Yeah,
For
you already
miles
said
and
that.
miles around us, there is nothing. The only thing around us to do is really just go to the mall. Growing up, my cousin and I weren't really close. He was always trying to bother me and he was always mean. I also didn't...
Yeah. That's what cousins are. That's like cousin core.
Have siblings, but my dad did have kids with another woman, so I had a couple of stepsisters. But growing up, my stepsisters would compete with me in everything, school and boys. Our school only had 80 kids in it, so by the time I turned 17, the only boy that I was ever interested in ended up moving away from my town. And this boy didn't even know that I existed. At this point, my cousin had gone away for a couple of years, but then came back. And when he came back, the attraction was instant.
You were attracted to your cousin. God, no. I reacted to this video on my main channel. Go check that out. I have a better reaction because this was the first time I reacted to it. I believe it was part 1. I have two Sus Reddit stories on there. I believe it was part 1, the first one. So like you gotta scroll down a little. Or it's my most popular video. So just like go check it out.
I know you guys all want to gag right now, but like I said, I had no other options for boys. Remember I said my cousin used to bother me a lot? Well, one day he came up to me in school and apologized. And we both knew we were attracted to each other, so we just kept talking. One day he just grabbed me and kissed me. Part 2 is up. My cousin kissed me for the first time that day. By the way, we were in school. He asked me to go behind one of the buildings in school. Out of nowhere, he grabbed me and kissed me. This was the first time I'd ever been kissed. So instantly, I was infatuated. And then after that, every single day we would go behind that building and kiss some more. And trust me, we both had conversations.
You'd make out with your cousin. Oh god.
All the time about how we were cousins. But the problem was there was nobody in our town that we were interested in. So his parents, who are my uncles, suddenly they started inviting my parents over to their house. So we would all go have dinner at their house and hang out sometimes. And my cousin and I would take advantage and go make out in his room. No one ever thought to check on us. I mean, why would they? We're cousins. One of those times that we went over, we did the dirty. My cousin just started going for it and I didn't stop him. I wanted him to do it. All while our parents are downstairs. And then we kept doing it every day. After about a year, he...
No, next video.
He cheated on me with a minor. So I,
Okay.
20F, have been dating my boyfriend, Daniel, 24, for 8 months. These past months have been hard on our relationship. I thought that finals and school was stressing us both out, and I thought summer we'd finally relax and our relationship would bounce back. Turns out Daniel has actually just been in the habit of doing minors.
He just did it with minors.
One of these girls knocked on my door. This girl was clearly very nervous and her face was red and clammy and I didn't know what to think. She asked if I was my name. When I said,
okay, what is the guy doing in the background? He's crushing LaCroix cans with a brick.
Yes, she started crying and handed me this manila envelope and explained that her and my boyfriend had been dating for a month and that she stumbled onto his main account, had her older sister follow him, and saw me on there and had no idea I existed. The girl went on to explain how she got cheated on once and wouldn't wish it on anyone, and in the envelope was printed out messages and explicit pics of him. Then the girl begged me not call the police and to just confront him because her parents would do something. She left and I was floored. I felt...
Okay. So, I hope you went to your boyfriend and told him what the hell. One of your girlfriends came up to me, and you'd be like, "What girlfriends? The one that's a minor." Honestly, that's weird. God damn, that's weird. All right, next vid. Let's go.
My girlfriend's hot mom gave me the Gawk 3000.
I'm just gonna let it play.
Around a year ago, I was invited for dinner by my girlfriend's family. The family were great and were really supportive. They cared for me and even let me stay over when my parents were away. I loved them more than my own family, as I've been shunned by them for nearly all of my life. But the thing is, my girlfriend's mom is hot. Really, really hot.
Oh god.
She had a beautiful body and she smelled amazing. Her hair was smooth and her eyes were so gorgeous. I found her hotter than my own girlfriend. Well, when we was having dinner, I sat opposite her and my girl sat beside me. The table was covered by this mat which hit the floor. This meant no one could see what's happening on the floor. When I was eating, I noticed her mom suddenly touched my legs with her feet. She looked at me with a soft gaze. This immediately turned me on.
Alright, next video. Let's just go to the next one.
I'm in a sexual relationship with my sister. It started...
I can't. Dude. But this is hurting me. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. All the Elise.
When we were both horny teenagers at the time who were curious about sex. We had played doctor as kids.
Sex? Six. 69?
Numerous times, as most siblings do. And eventually we started making out, so to speak. For the first time it happened.
You made out with your sister?
We'd been watching a movie in our room, and I tried to use my moves. We ended up...
What do you mean moves? Did you like your sister?
Kissing, and things slowly moved from there. We didn't immediately start having sex or anything. It was pretty gradual, like any other relationship is, especially as teens. My first experience...
By your siblings. That's the one thing. You know, you don't immediately get a 69, you know? You should know, hang out, make out. Yeah. Not as your sibling.
Experience with just physical contact, like kissing and touching, was pretty wild. There was definite shame involved. I felt scared of what God would do to us.
Yeah.
But being a horny teenager, I managed to overlook it somehow. The first time we had sex was pretty special, but my feelings of guilt and shame were gone by then. It took us over 2 years to finally get to that point, and by then, it was hard to feel bad about our actions. We've tried to hide it as best we could. We still share the same room. Because of how small the house is, there are only 2 bedrooms, one for our parents and one for us. The only one I think who might have some inkling of what was going on might have been our mother. She caught us wrestling once. We were...
Alright, next video. Next video, please.
Slept with my 17-year-old cousin at a family reunion. I never realized how hot my cousin was until now. I'm 21 years old and I'm currently in university. My campus is roughly a 2-hour drive away from my hometown, and because of my extensive education plan, I don't get to come home very often. Last month I was able to come home for a big family reunion that we have been planning for months. I had not seen a lot of my distant relatives for a while, so it was nice to catch up with everybody. There was one person that stood out amongst the rest. My cousin, who I hadn't seen in 5 years, and to say the least she had changed drastically. I approached...
You're 21. Buddy, you're 21. She's 17. That's a crime. That's illegal.
And started a conversation, and within minutes I could tell that she was attempting to flirt with me. Unfortunately, my...
Oh God, you were flirting.
Morals didn't kick in right away, and I continued to flirt with my 17-year-old cousin.
Yeah. Yeah. You would have said cousin, but it's like 17-year-old cousin. I'm 21. Yes, you are 21. You shouldn't be attracted to 17-year-olds. Unless you're Drake, Diddy, EDP. Like those people, they can do whatever the hell they want.
For the remainder of the night, I couldn't break the thought of how attractive she was, and when my mom brought up the idea for all of the cousins to catch up at my parents' house after the gathering, I was all for it. Upon arriving at my old house, it was prominent that my cousin wasn't planning on leaving my side. She followed me everywhere, and when I went to my room to debrief, she was right there with me. One thing led to another, and next thing I knew, I was fully into my cousin. Am I in the wrong for this?
No. That is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This really took a toll on me. Watching all of those. The craziest one, in my opinion, was probably the one where the person did the dirty with their cousin. I think that's the craziest one. Also, the 17-year-old one, the last one, I think that was pretty weird too. Anyway, that is it for the video. Make sure to like, subscribe. Also, go check out my main channel, which is just Toxic Kaylee. So just go search that up. And I'm posting shorts every single day. And yeah, that is it for the video. Peace out, guys. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. God bless.